wandering for days. Your water has run out, and your progress slowed to a literal crawl. Through your pain you can see crows and vultures circling above you. You have no choice but to keep crawling, dune by dune. You have almost given up hope when you crest a dune and see below you a small oasis. You roll and tumble down the dune, so happy you are to see the green of the grove, the sand out of your eyes. You see a camel approaching you. You can see the look of concern in its eyes as it approaches and offers you a cigarette. You can see now that the camel is also smoking. The camel lights your cigarette and begins fussing over your wounds. You look at the grove and realize the trees are growing little bunches of cigarettes under their leaves. You ask the camel about water, but it replies that unfortunately, there is nothing but cigarettes here. You settle under a tree, enjoying the shade. You regret now smoking the cigarette the camel had offered, as it has done nothing for your thirst. The camel is matronly and kind, so you stay with him for what feels like a long time. Just you, the camel, and your thirst, through countless cloudless, sparkling nights, each in eternity passing in seconds. Your hunger and thirst has grown and you must consider leaving. The camel insists you stay, citing the care it took and all the cigarettes you smoked. Try as hard as you may, you cannot disabuse the camel of the idea that you are indebted to it. You try and sneak out at night, and just as the sun is setting, you head out. But your weakened, dehydrated state, you awake the camel, who screams like a child and charges you. You brace for the camel's impact when you hear a sharp, decisive crack. The camel rears and falls to the ground, dead. Sunset sits a man on a horse. He rides closer, and you can see in his hands he holds a rifle. He approaches and wordlessly offers you a cigarette. He lights your cigarette and tells you to come with him, and pulls you up onto the horse, who is also smoking a cigarette. The horse begins to run, and you are swept away from the oasis and the dead camel and into the sunset. You ask the cowboy for water, and he explains that he is the sheriff of Flavor Country, and there are only cigarettes here. You see off in the distance a small western town wreathed in smoke. You grow closer and closer until the smell of cigarette smoke burns your throat and eyes. The denizens of this town stare at you as you pass. You can see a butcher, a preacher, a mother, a child, and a drunk sprawled on the sidewalk, all smoking. Several horses smoke outside a saloon, and smoke rolls from the window of an elementary school. You plead with the cowboy for water, and he again tells you that you are out of luck, that here there are only cigarettes. The cowboy rides through the village, through a mountain pass and a prairie. As you fade in and out of consciousness, you see these things pass you, and yet again, time slips and becomes one long line, each moment far away. The sun rises, and the cowboy wakes you. You look up, and in the distance, framed by the desert sky,